You say I love you to your dog every day, but do they truly understand it? Many believe that simply caring for them, feeding them, giving them a bed is enough. But science tells a different story. According to researchers in animal behavior, dogs only feel love when you express it in the language of dogs. And sometimes that language is very different from what we imagine. A gentle look, a warm tone, a well-placed touch can make their heart bloom like a child being held. But one small misstep is enough to make them confused or hurt without you ever knowing. In this video, we will explore 12 scientifically proven ways to express love, small simple actions that can make your dog feel, "You are my family." And believe me, the seventh action, the trust test, is something that most owners do wrong. So if you truly want to say, "I love you" in a dog's true language, stay until the end of this video. Because when you understand how they perceive it, you will not only love your dog more, you will feel loved back in the most beautiful way. Gentle eye contact. Have you ever looked deeply into your dog's eyes and felt as if they were saying, "I love you"? It's not an illusion. Science shows this really happens. When you look gently into a dog's eyes, both bodies release oxytocin, the love hormone that bonds mother and child. Just a few seconds of eye contact can slow the heart rate, melt worries. For a dog, that moment means, "You're my family." But there's one important caveat. The gaze must be gentle, not staring. In the language of dogs, a prolonged or direct stare is a threat signal. So the ideal time is when you both are relaxed after play or while sitting side by side. A few seconds of eye contact paired with a smile or a soft "good boy" is enough to make their heart melt. Don't underestimate this simple gesture. If you ignore those eyes every day, your dog may feel distant even if you feed them or take them out to play. To them, a gaze is the deepest "I love you." Do you ever see your dog gazing at you quietly with soft, longing eyes? I'd love to hear, what do you think they want to say? And trust me, what you're about to hear next will make them feel loved beyond just looking into your eyes. Petting in the right spots. You might think every dog loves petting right, but the truth is, not every touch helps them feel loved. Many people reflexively pat or rub the top of a dog's head quickly, thinking it's affection. But for many dogs, that feels coercive rather than caring. According to a study in applied animal behavior science, when humans pet slowly and evenly in safe zones, such as behind the ears, the chest, or the base of the tail, both dog and owner show reduced cortisol, stress hormone, and increased oxytocin, bonding hormone. Just a few well-placed strokes can shift mood entirely. You'll see it when you get it right. The dog breathes easier, leans into your hand, or softly closes its eyes. If they lick their lips, shy their head, or stiffen, that's their way of saying, "That's enough." They're expressing stop without words. Don't treat petting as an automatic gesture. Every time you lay a hand on your dog is a silent conversation, and they pick up on your intention. Let each stroke whisper, "You are safe. You are loved." Which spot does your dog melt at the most? Behind the ear, on the chest, or that soft belly? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to see how different dogs' sweet spots vary. Because that small action already carries 1,000 "I love yous." But do you know the way you speak to your dog holds even more power? Talk in a warm voice. Have you ever noticed that the second you say, "Who's a good boy?" your dog's tail begins to wag like crazy? It's not because they understand every word, but because they feel the emotion in your voice. Science backs this. A 2018 study at the University of York found that when people speak to their dogs with a tone that is higher, warm, and full of affection, dogs pay more attention, gaze longer, and approach more often versus hearing a neutral tone. The reason is that higher, gentle tone activates emotional centers in dogs' brains, processing signals of safe, friendly fun. That voice is for them like a lullaby of connection. You don't need them to understand "I love you," they just need to hear your feeling. But there's a flip side. A dry, harsh, or too low tone can make your dog cringe, shrink, or misunderstand you are angry. For an animal who lives in emotion, tone is the map to their heart. So next time you come home, try speaking softly and lovingly. "Hey, sweet girl, I missed you today." Speak like you're speaking to your beloved child. Because in the world of a dog, that tone is love by voice. I'm curious, what nickname do you call your dog at home? Baby bear, fluffy boy, or little monster? Drop it in the comments so I can see which nicknames are most endearing. And if you think voice has power, wait, what's next? Reaches their body and heart. Cuddles and physical touch. Have you ever held your dog long enough to feel their breathing slow settle into calm? That moment isn't just cute, it's real healing for both of you. When you cuddle or simply let your dog rest their head on you, both bodies release oxytocin, the love and trust hormone. Studies, including one from the University of Pretoria, South Africa, show that just 5 minutes of close contact lowers heart rate and blood pressure in both human and dog. The bodies settle into calm. It's not just cute to hug, but an ancient language of protection. I am here and you are safe. But not every dog likes to be squeezed or held tightly. Some prefer leaning beside you, others just resting their head on your lap. Let them choose. Because love isn't forcing, it's allowing. If you pay attention every time they lean on you, lick your hand or exhale softly when rested, that is their version of I love you. And you know what? Even one short cuddle a day can add years to a dog's life by reducing stress, boosting immunity, and improving sleep. So next time you see your dog lying next to you, don't push them away because you're busy. Let them feel this is where I belong. When do you see your dog seeking a hug morning? When you're down or always sharing comments, maybe your story helps someone else give more cuddles. Eye-level connection. Imagine talking to someone who always stands over you, bending down to bark orders in a loud voice. Do you feel respected? Your dog feels the same. In their world, height implies dominance. When you kneel or sit at their eye level, you send a powerful signal, I am your friend, not your boss. Research from Yale Dog Cognition Center shows dogs respond 60% more when humans drop to their level during interactions compared to those standing over them. When you do that, your eyes and their eyes align, triggering oxytocin release, fostering trust. Just a few seconds of that is enough for them to feel heard and safe. Next time you call your dog, instead of shouting from above, come here, crouch down, open your arms, look level, and say softly, hey buddy, come here. You'll see the magic. The dog approaches, tail wagging, gently, eyes warm and calm. They come not from fear but from trust. If today your dog seems aloof, try changing your perspective literally. Sit down next to them. Quietly, don't talk, just be. Sometimes love doesn't require words, just humility in seeing the world through their eyes. Have you ever tried meeting your dog at eye level when calling them? If so, share how it felt. Many are surprised to see that one posture change transforms a relationship. Walks that allow sniffing. Have you ever been annoyed when your dog stops to sniff at one little tree or sniffs every blade of grass? Actually, in that moment, your dog is reading the morning news. To them, every scent is a story. Who passed by? What animals left traces? What's new? A 2016 study at Barnard College found that dogs allowed to sniff freely experience significantly lower heart rates, relax more, and show better mood states. Smelling is how they comprehend the world. Letting them sniff is letting them be themselves. Imagine being pulled away mid-sentence in a gripping novel. That's what it feels like to a dog when you rush them on a walk. So next time you walk, try a sniff walk, go slow. Let them lead. Pause where they want. No step counting, no hurry. Just minutes of olfactory freedom each day helps your dog sleep deeper, bark less, and bond with you stronger. According to Animal Cognition Journal, dogs with free sniffing time often show 40% higher serotonin, the happy hormone. So when you let your dog sniff, you're not only giving them exploration, you're saying, you have the right to be you. I honor that. Do you walk fast or let your dog meander? Drop it in comments. Sometimes just slowing your pace changes everything. And wait, after letting them wander, you come to the true heart of love, shared play, shared time, shared being. Playtime and exercise. Have you ever watched your dog's eyes light up when you pick up a toy? That moment isn't just excitement, it's joy and connection. Though dogs have lived with humans for millennia, their instincts still whisper, run, chase, hunt, fetch. When you play with them, their brain releases endorphins and dopamine, hormones of joy, relaxation, and bonding. A study at the University of Bristol found that just 20 minutes of exercise a day can reduce destructive stress behaviors by 50%, like chewing or excessive barking. The best part, playing with you is twice as effective as playing alone. In their eyes, the joy isn't in the toy, it's in you throwing it. You're co-working their instinct communication, trust, companionship. And don't worry if you don't have time for a half-hour run every day. Even 10 minutes of tug, 5 minutes of fetch, or a find-it game in the house can channel positive energy. What matters isn't the length, it's the presence, the joy you share. So next time your dog brings a toy to your feet, don't push them away out of fatigue. Think, they don't just want to play, they want to love me. Which games does your dog prefer? Fetch, tug, hide and seek. Drop it below, you might spark someone's next favorite game. And now, ready your brush. What comes next isn't just about making them look good, but helping them trust you fully. Learn their routine. True love isn't in grand gestures, it's in knowing someone's daily rhythm. The same goes for dogs. Each dog has its own internal clock: when they want to eat, when to nap, when to walk, when to wind down. When you notice and honor that rhythm, you're saying, "I understand you." According to Behavioral Processes 2023, dogs whose schedules align with their owner's intentions show cortisol levels 30% lower than dogs whose routines are disrupted. Put simply, consistency is love repeated daily. Observe, does your dog greet you at the door at a certain hour? Do they wait for you at a particular time of day? That's not random. That's faith in the steady rhythm of your shared life. And when you reciprocate, walking them at consistent times, feeding them predictably, pausing for quiet moments before bed, you make their world feel safe, predictable, and warm. Don't let your love be reserved for special occasions. To a dog, love lives in the repeated arriving at the same time, that familiar pat, that nightly good morning. Does your dog have a quirky habit, waiting by the door, racing to your footsteps, or always lying in that favorite spot? Write it down. Sometimes our forgetfulness is ignoring their deepest love language. And now that you understand their rhythm, let's move to another language of love: care through your hands and building absolute trust. Grooming and touch tolerance. If there is an ancient love language that dogs still speak today, it's grooming and touch. In nature, wolves and wild relatives lick and clean one another, a ritual of belonging. When you brush, wipe feet, or trim nails, you repeat that ritual, not just caring, but bonding. Studies in applied animal behavior science show that just 10 minutes of gentle grooming a day can lower heart rate and stress hormone levels in both human and dog. Each stroke is a promise: you are safe. I won't hurt you. If your dog allows you to touch sensitive spots, ears, paws, belly, that is evidence of absolute trust. For them, those places are vulnerable, only reserved for those they believe will never harm them. Yet not every dog gives that consent right away. Some tremble, pull away, or jump when you touch a paw. Don't push. Begin gently. Sit beside them, let them sniff the brushstroke marginally, then stop. Next day, a little more. Love sometimes arrives not in volume, but in patience. If today you brush your dog, let silence linger for a few seconds. Feel their breath, their heartbeat under the fur. You'll realize it isn't grooming anymore, it's a trust conversation. Does your dog love being brushed or run at the sight of a brush? Share below to see who's a spa angel, who's a bath rebel. Because after care and trust, the final gesture can melt their heart wholly, a small gift but mighty in its power. Use rewards to build love. Have you ever seen your dog's eyes sparkle right after hearing "good boy" and getting a treat? That moment is not only joy, it's a biological miracle. When a dog receives a reward, treat, pet, or affection, their brain releases dopamine, the hormone of joy and connection. A 2017 study from Tel Aviv University showed that dogs rewarded positively with rewards, praise, or play had stress levels 40% lower and showed more optimistic behavior than dogs in punished groups. That means whenever you praise, you are nurturing trust. Each scolding or shriek chips away at that bond, often without you realizing. A reward is not a bribe. It's your way of saying, "I see you. I value your effort." A piece of chicken, a good job, or a minute of tug. Those small things tell your dog "next to me is safe." But here's a secret. A reward is most powerful when accompanied by emotion. If you hand over a treat while frowning, your dog feels the chill. If you smile, speak softly, that memory becomes warm in their heart. Try rewarding in the gentlest moments: when they sit calmly, wait patiently, or lie quietly beside you. You're telling them that calm and love are worthy. What does your dog love as a reward? Snack toy, praise, or a hug? Write below. Sometimes a single action brightens their entire day, and if reward is the language of joy, then next is the language of listening, when you begin to hear what your dog says, even without words. Respect. Their body language. Did you know your dog communicates with you every day, just not in words? They talk with their eyes, lip licking, head turning, or even silence. If you truly love them, the most important thing you can do is listen with your heart. Research from UC Davis shows that owners who correctly recognize and respond to a dog's stress signals build the strongest long-term trust. Dogs seldom lash out without warning. They first signal lip lick when anxious, turn away when uneasy, flatten ears, when tired withdraw a paw, when they don't want touch. Every small cue is a message. Please understand me, but many people ignore them. They force cuddles when the dog is turning away, pull them when they resist, or laugh when they show fear. In that moment, the animal no longer feels safe. It only learns that its voice isn't heard. When you step back, say softly, "It's okay, I hear you." You tell them what every heart longs to hear, "I respect you." And it is that respect over time that becomes the deepest trust, the truest love between two species. So next time your dog turns away when someone tries to pet them, don't push. Smile and say, "Maybe next time." You've just taught them you are the place they can feel safe because you listen. Have you ever seen your dog say something with its eyes or body? Share it sometimes. Just having someone listen turns their world peaceful again. And when you learn to respect their body language, what comes next is a gesture silent but full of pure love. Sleep near you. Have you ever woken in the middle of the night to find your dog curled close to your feet or just a few steps away? That moment seems ordinary, but it's actually one of their deepest declarations of love. In the wild, wolves sleep side by side for warmth, protection, and reinforcement of the pack. Thousands of years later, when a dog chooses to sleep near you, that instinct still says, "You are my home." A 2021 study in Human-Animal Interaction Bulletin found that dogs who sleep in proximity with their owners show significantly lower anxiety and higher happiness indices. To them, being near you, being safe. For you, allowing it, my love. You don't have to let them on your bed. Just place a soft bed or blanket nearby so they can hear your breath. For them, hearing your steady heartbeat is an unrivaled comfort. When you let your dog sleep close by, you are speaking with the heart's language. You belong here. I will protect you. And in the dog's world, nothing matters more than the sense of belonging. Where does your dog most like to sleep? By your feet, next to the sofa, or right beside your pillow? Share below to see how many babies love to stay close to their parents. Because if sleeping near is the symbol of trust, then the final piece is the beating heart of every human-dog relationship: time. Quality time. Your dog doesn't measure how many hours you're home. They only sense whether you are truly present. A study from the University of Rostock 2012 showed that when owners spent just 10 minutes a day fully present with their dog, no phone, no TV, no chores, oxytocin levels in both doubled. That proves a simple truth. Love isn't measured by time but by attention. You can sit with them on the couch, hand on their back, saying nothing, or stroll slowly without pulling the leash, not checking your phone. Sometimes just lying quietly beside them, breathing in tandem, is enough for both hearts to feel peace. Dogs know when you are truly there. They sense when your mind is elsewhere and their eyes fall quiet with sadness. But when you return, look at them, smile, whisper, "I'm here." Everything in that small moment brightens their little world. So each day, no matter how busy you are, give at least 10 minutes of being fully there, no training, no commands. Just you and them, two souls sharing breath. Ask yourself, when was the last time I truly sat with my dog? Phone off, mind clear. If the answer makes you smile, you understand what real love is. And once you've been giving your glance, voice, touch, and time, join me in the closing, where love is wrapped in one warm message. Now you know loving a dog isn't about the fanciest toys or how many times you say "I love you." It lies in the gentle gaze, in the right touch, in the warm voice, the smile, the few quiet minutes just being together. Science teaches us how to love more faithfully, but it is your heart that makes that love unique. Because for a dog, happiness isn't complicated. It's being seen, being touched, being trusted, and drifting through each moment with you. So next time you come home, just pause, meet those eyes, speak softly, let your hand rest gently on them. You don't need to say anything. They will understand. And now I want to hear from you. Of the 13 or 12 ways we've shared today, how many do you already do with your dog? Which one touched your heart or made you realize, oh, I never noticed that before? Share in comments because your story may help someone else learn to love their dog rightly. If this video helped you understand a dog's heart better, please subscribe and ring the bell because in the next video, we'll cover 10 small mistakes that can quietly break your dog's trust. The tiny errors 90% of owners make without realizing. Thank you for spending time today not just to listen but to love right. Because for a dog, true love doesn't need complexity. Just you, that's enough.